In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 things most likely to destroy the Earth. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. The age of the Earth is estimated to be roughly 4.5 billion years, and it has been home to some form of life for the vast majority of its existence. On the other hand, humanity has just lately reached adulthood and is unlikely to survive for very long when compared to the length of cosmic time. The extinction of our species is an inevitability. However, beyond that, there are a variety of ends that are in store for our planet in the near future as well as in the distant future. There is a new narrative, theory, or conspiracy that will go viral every few years, or sometimes even every few months, depending on where you check on the internet, saying that the end of the world is very close. Some of the assertions are extremely detailed, while others are more general. However, we do not live in a world where myth and mysticism predominate our thinking. Rather, we are aware that the predictive capacity of science enables us to understand everything that is to come. According to what we know, there are 4 different ways that the Earth will run out of time eventually, and all of them are going to take place at some point. The oceans on Earth have been the birthplace of all forms of life, from the most basic to the most complex, and life has only relatively recently migrated onto land. This has been the case for billions of years. However, as a result of the continued development of our star, our oceans won't be around for all of eternity. The Sun's core, which is where nuclear fusion takes place, is experiencing an increase in helium accumulation, which is having a negative impact on our planet. Here are the top 10 things most likely to destroy the Earth. Number 10. Global climate change. This is not news to any of us, and we are all aware of the fundamental cause of the issue. Sadly, the majority of people are not making any efforts to reduce pollution or to halt the rise in temperature caused by global warming. But before we do that, let's think about this on a broader basis. What would happen if the Earth entered a period of glacial activity? Or the pollution reached such a critical level that sulfuric acid began to fall from the sky and engulf the entire Earth? Oh, that would be such a horrific and lethal outcome. I certainly hope so, since such a horrific end for humanity is incomprehensible to me. Number 9. Sucked into a black hole. Even while the likelihood of such an incident is extremely low, it is not zero. Since black holes are made of dense materials and have extremely intense gravity, light cannot even go through them. Thus, there is a 0% possibility of us escaping a black hole, according to current studies. The number of scientific experiments is likewise rising daily. And if we accidentally generate a tiny black hole during an experiment, humanity and the Earth will perish. The discovered black hole closest to us is 1,500 light-years distant. We can therefore feel relieved that we won't likely encounter such an incident. Number 8. Matter and antimatter colliding. This is a potentially catastrophic event that could even wipe out the universe. Since a few years ago, scientists have been producing antimatter, but each gram of it costs more than $62.5 trillion. Since we have only so far produced 15 antimatter monograms, nothing can be destroyed. When matter and antimatter clash, they both disintegrate and generate very little energy. However, if antimatter is produced on a massive scale, it has the potential to wipe out the entire planet, as well as the entire galaxy or cosmos. Nobody is aware of the potential outcomes. Number 7. Supervolcanic eruption. This has been the cause of the extinction of several species on Earth for millions of years, if not perhaps from the beginning of the planet itself. The Tambora, which erupted on Indonesia's Mount Tambora in 1815, was the most recent volcanic eruption. Over 100,000 people were murdered by the eruption, which was terrible. Thus, a supermassive volcanic outburst might be the cause of the end of life as we know it. The US's Yellowstone supervolcano, which has erupted 3 times in the past 2.1 million years, has the potential to obliterate much of North America's human population. Number 6. Alien invasion. On Earth and in space, we have not come across or even discovered any alien life. However, many scientists think that aliens exist and speculate that humans may not be alone in this vast world. Many of them can even see humans, too. Let's imagine that any advanced alien species discovered us and informed us that they were on their way so that a fan of science fiction films may understand what might go wrong. Therefore, we can only hope that no hostile alien life forms discover us. If they do, they ought to be nice. Number 5. Pandemic in all parts of the world. We have all witnessed the global influence that COVID-19 had, as well as the most terrible things that occurred in our lives. Many people lost their lives, and many more lost their employment, which meant that some others lost the people they loved. In the previous 2 years, humanity has struggled through some difficult circumstances. COVID-19 had such a significant effect on the globe, despite the fact that none of us can actually see a virus with our bare eyes. Additionally, the extinction of the majority of human life on Earth is a distinct possibility in the event that humanity is hit by a pandemic of catastrophic proportions. We can only pray that in the future, humanity will never have to deal with another pandemic. Number 4. The sun would consume the planet. This is a fact, and events of this nature would take place. The age of the sun is estimated to be 4.6 billion years, and scientists have determined that it is a G-type Earth. The lifespan of stars of this type is typically estimated to be 10 billion years. The sun would eventually burn out and transform into a white dwarf after 5.4 billion years of existence. In the next billion years, our sun would undergo the transformation into a red giant, at which point it would consume Mercury, Venus, and most likely Earth as well. However, before that time, humanity would have progressed to the point that we would have established ourselves in numerous galaxies and solar systems. Number 3. A war involving nuclear weapons. The nuclear war has already been fought, and no one will ever forget that during World War II, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which resulted in the deaths of between 1,29,000 and 2,26,000 people. At that time, only the United States possessed nuclear weapons, but today, many countries have nuclear weapons, and if mankind were to confront a third world war, then probably the majority of life on Earth would be wiped out completely. We pray that our species is never again forced to endure another global conflict. Number 2. Artificial intelligence. Every day, humanity advances farther, and today, we are also producing increasingly sophisticated robots, sometimes known as artificial intelligence. Robots are capable of performing tasks that are beyond the capabilities of humans since the human brain ages and matures over the course of a lifetime. A robotic brain, on the other hand, has no age restrictions and can learn anything in only 20 minutes, but it could take a human being years to master the same material. The most innovative firms in the world are currently working to create artificial intelligence systems that are capable of outsmarting every human brain. And the lessons of history show that the more powerful nation will always conquer the one that is weaker. Number 1. An impact by an asteroid. The Chicxulub impact, which occurred 65 million years ago, was responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs. A meteorite with a diameter of roughly 10 kilometers was responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs after they had dominated Earth for more than 160 million years. Therefore, if there is an asteroid that is moving in the direction of Earth, then we are in danger because humanity does not have the technology to stop any comets or asteroids from colliding with Earth. So asteroids are the most deadly things that might eradicate life from Earth, and the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter includes millions of asteroids, and we don't know which asteroid will change its mind and head towards Earth. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.